we were asked to give a couple tips on single-handed sailing. The number one thing is preparation. Preparation for boat rigging, preparation for yourself, being prepared for situations, preparation for medical needs if anything were to go wrong, preparation for communication. So let's kind of go through those. The boat. First of all, the boat needs to be set up where you can easily handle reefing, furling in your head sail, doing anything on the boat, trying to get it back to the cockpit so you can safely make adjustments. If the wind picks up, you don't have to go out and make adjustments to the mainsail and drop the mainsail. If you do, we'll go into the safety factor that you better be tethered to the boat just in case. But being and having the boat prepped is the best, where you can try and run everything from the cockpit. Awesome. Okay, so the boat. You yourself needs to be prepped. You should go out on nice days to do a bunch of practice sails, practice hoisting the sails, reefing the sails, being prepared for a weather change that may happen along the way, I would say is a pretty big one. Just continually doing it, continually practicing, just so when something does happen, because it will, you're ready for it. You've got a game plan, you have a process to move you along the steps, maybe even having a checklist when things happen that you can quickly look at if you get stuck into a situation and go, okay, step one, I've planned this, this, and this. That would be a great idea, okay, if you have a checklist for everything. So checking the boat, making sure you're ready for it. The next things we're going to go into is, it's really nice to have an autopilot of some sort. There's lots of different types out there, some wind ones, some that are autopilots based on GPS. It's really great to have an autopilot so you can just sort of walk away and the boat just kind of sails along and you don't have to worry about it. You can just take a break, keep your eyes looking forward, but you can grab a bite to eat and run to the washroom and things like that. So for single-handed sailing, that's a key thing, I think. For medical, what I meant by that was having a good first aid kit. Knowing how to use everything in that first aid kit is really important. There is a lot of sailing at sea courses that you can take for safety at sea and stuff like that. I did it all on a commercial level when I was a bit younger, so I don't have the pleasure craft one, but I have all the safety at sea courses, so I know how to use life rafts. We've done training on them, what to do in a lot of different scenarios, what happens when you're in the life raft and things like that. So take a course, be prepared. First aid, you want to make sure that your kit is always stocked. You know where it is, it's organized and handy, because if something happened to you, you want to be able to have it accessible, not at the bottom of the boat, jammed under everything. You're the only one on the boat. You need to have accessibility to that first aid kit and have an idea of what you're going to do, because it's unrealistic to injure yourself and then have to go find and dig for the first aid kit. So first aid kit and sort of go overboard on it would be really important, I would say. The other thing is always checking in with someone somehow. Before you leave, you need to let someone know what your plan is, where you're going, and your estimated time frame. They're very important. How you're going to communicate with them if something changes. Maybe you want to go to a different destination halfway through. You need to communicate with someone that you're switching course, you're going to a new location. When something happens, it'll be really important to be able to have someone, a family member, someone you trust, to keep an eye out for you. If you get injured and then things change, they know what time frames to start sending out searches and informing people. So it's all about organization. Your rigging, you should check before you go out. Make sure it is perfect. Your sails, make sure they're in great condition, because the last thing you want is something to happen and you're stuck in a situation by yourself and it's just not great. So prepping the boat, prepping the rigging, making sure it's easy to use, having some ability to be able to walk away from the helm with an autopilot You know, obviously not in certain weather conditions, but when you do get the lower winds and you're just cruising along, just to be able to, you know, adjust things and having that ability. And then the main things, guys, safety, safety, safety. You go up on the deck, life jacket always, but when you go up on the deck, you're gonna strap in to the tethers, and you're not gonna do or take any chances when you're by yourself. So even though it's a nice day out and you've got to go adjust something up front, maybe on the anchor locker, you're still gonna lock in. You're by yourself. There's no one there to help you, and the boat will just keep going. So I hope that helps. Just a couple of things that come to mind. I think it's important just to be ready for everything. You never know what's going to happen out there, and it's challenging enough at times when you have a crew. So you can expect what you get when you're single-handing. It's going to be a lot of prep work to be ready for it. But single-handling sailing is amazing. It's so peaceful. You get away and you can enjoy. One of the things, when you're single-handing, there's tons of destinations, tons of people around. It's not like you're out by yourself all the time, but when you're traveling, it's just a nice feeling just to be out on the open water and just relaxed and going. So I hope that helps. There's a few tips in there, guys. Anyways, thanks for watching Ask Precision Sails. We'll see you soon.